嗨嗨，大家好！很久没有玩游戏了，然后现在稍微开一下，然后可能会有很多杂音，跟可能会突然间断掉。然后这款游戏叫《极乐 Disco》，然后它的美术跟剧情听说非常漂亮，然后我在夏特买来玩玩看。好，现在就开始啦。那可能不会全部玩完，因为没有办法持续开。所以就请大家多多包涵，那就开始啦。那还有选择角色形象哎，也太酷了吧！一开始玩先用选的好了，先不制作角色了。思想派、感性派跟肉体派哦，它还有能力耶！哇，这也太刺激了吧！是不是一开始先手眼协调会比较好？可能比较不会挂掉。因为我其实不知道这是什么游戏诶，就是听说好像是侦探游戏。好，就先选肉体派好了，起码遇到事情可以先跑。笨拙的像块石头，还是感性派啊？思想派会不会好一点？看起来还蛮平均的诶，智力5，心智1，体格还有2，身手起码还有4。这体格感性派体格有4哎，好难选哦，马上不会选，不然先选思想派好了，肉体派难哦。好吧，先肉体派好了，就你了。复仇女神就叫在中纪念，这边是他们住所，哪怕这水清澈见底。没看完，开始啦。
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
上古爬虫脑 ever
Never, ever.
什么东西？永远永远的永远，简单的保持这种不存在的状态，永远的永远好了。
Never, ever, ever, baby.
简单的保持这种不存在的状态。
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you.
我如果一直选旧日之物，它会一直重来吗
？Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
这算是心理测验吗？就是选完以后看你会降落在哪个区域。
Do you really?
这是选完是不是就 the
You
end？
wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion?
这翻译让我有点看不
Or
懂
did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
轻而易举成功，恐惧和忧虑，问问自己问问外面有什么？什么意思？告诉我是什么？在等着我。就这个好。
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
星星有多小？
Infinitesimally small.
那个球有多
You
大？
can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large. Vying for resources is just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face. Or you
感觉不太会打架 ，lose。
Yes, it is. And you drowned in that sadness a long time ago. You lost.
所以我是the end 的吗？为什么全身全裸倒在一个？他有穿小裤裤，所以这是我吗？智力、心智、体格、身手。哇，我不知道这游戏我能不能玩呢？手眼协调，百发百中。他看起来头很痛。红酒酱的酒瓶是空的。有人在机器运作时按住 Tab 键，Tab 键，全部取空人大碟子。可以这样光溜溜的就出去吗？就是要先穿裤子啊。
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
这是什么？
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
意识到自己完全不记得那柔和水蒸气下即将浮现的脸庞。擦。
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror.
擦一擦就看到了。
Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
不能擦哦。不在乎。吓一跳。
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Mm, 这就有某个超级巨星。
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You've worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now.
白色检定你可以重复尝试。博学多闻非常低。什么意思？哦，没问题。
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
好难哦，这游戏。
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
不能点了耶。
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
神秘的光线，那条裤子看起来有点可怕。
window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. What do you mean, assess the damage? How would you do that? What are you even trying to do? The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the...
有点不懂这个游戏要怎么玩。
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
所以我的角色失忆了吗？
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
这看起来好像一定会没。
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
你要去服装啊？这好热。喂喂。 拜。不好意思，刚刚暂停一下。
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you've said the words a million times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Yeah? It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
瑞往修。
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol. Forever and ever.
And ever, out of the corner of your eye, you see the hair on the back of your hand standing on end. It feels as though low-grade lightning is coursing through you. You must be hypersensitive from the hangover.
Glad to have been of assistance.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
好难哦！我要抽烟吗？看起来是个会抽烟的人。
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
找点烟抽。下不去。 是什么？8.26天数1吗？这旅馆好破。可以唱歌吗？好像不行。
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for its prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
OK， 在录音带上找一首悲伤的歌。这游戏有点难。
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Ste Koaris Skua."
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. A competent work looks like the bird. A small engraved steel tag says,
Look, your buddy is over there.
不管选哪一个，他都
Why
大
don't
发
you go
我
and
手。
talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
键盘可以操作吗？键盘也可以耶。画风海报，黄色三角形。4点。
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
原来这个是我同事。 他是谁？
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant,
我竟然
Precinct
真的是警
57.
察了。
You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Mm. 什么也不说好的。
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
周日的安排。好难选哦，我到底要干嘛？直接跟他说你把我跟其他人弄混了吗？我要假装，先说还没有好了。
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed.
现
I
场
understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the
是
tree?
尸体。
Mm-hmm. Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
我不知道哪里来的尸体，我们去看看啊。
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Ravachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city. That's right. I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind.
Cut this boring stuff off immediately. You know what this case is about.
Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rites. We'll get on it immediately. No, not really. Was there...
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is a security guard or work to find him or her is one of... There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. Okay, well, we are police officers. It is our job to find the killer, so that's what I intend to do. You should try it too. Good. What do you want to know? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. It doesn't look like he wants the case to be more mysterious.
Good.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division.
哇，这个
I told you
游
it
戏
wouldn't be
的
interesting.
剧情量好庞大，我觉得这需要，这有办法轻松玩吗？好难哦。
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've
感
never
觉
met
好像
either
就是
one of
醒
your
来发现
grandparents, and I've
转
never
身到
been
异世界，然后要
I'm
破
a
案的
regular
感觉。
of Bachelier. That's correct.
That makes him a binoclad, completely uncocked material, if you say so yourself.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome. No.
不要，
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
传奇难度失败。
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow,
是眉
and you
毛
seem
哦，
to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about. What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. You're super lucid,
迷幻。
yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
最后
Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
他是不是借由这些对
I
话，
don't know.
然后可以sense
Container
某个东西？
contain,
我猜
I。guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
好，来 go。
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Guard, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What?
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead
我一
body.
直想说他是不是想要把字加粗，但加不了，所以就变成你字。
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
塞维尔是刚刚跟我讲话的那个女孩吗？
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
Many.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective. I have everything. You?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? She went away because none of your business. Oh my God, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it. Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
好想点，谁杀他
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
He doesn't know. He just said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him!
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard, the prey drive says.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this? Do I have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you. More. Press on. Push through.
真的吗？要一直按吗？哦
Fuck you, man.
That's enough.
That's a real pity.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
这翻译雷雅尔，这变瑞雅尔，哎，天哪！ 哎，我们来试试看小小飞行，有成功吗？
As you blow this
有
joint,
哎，
behind you, a whiny voice shouts.
Real mature, man. Real mature.
我的 partner 的3D 模组看起来颇帅的。
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
"雇佣他，直接点这个吗？
Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling and Rats cafeteria itself located? Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
这人真好哎。
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world,
不过这两个
though
模
it
组也
has
差
seen
太多
better
吧。
days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you then, but now she relaxes her shoulders. Outside, the melting snow seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first Maybells blossom. You can
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
嗯，什么意思？一吧。
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is
市场导向的人士。
market-driven.
天，
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's...
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much. A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask...
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated.
哇，
Though
任务
I
也太
don't know
多了
where
吧
you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic. It means I can't use my legs. I was in an accident some years back, injured in the line of duty, as they say. Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and, well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. No problem. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
是个好人呢。可以装备吗？装备在右手上，左手上，好像不行。诶，斜路，好像不行。可以出去吗？不出去我要是 OK。挺紧张，条子滚回去。哦，打雷了。那我可以跟他对话吗？
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to?
我在找一具尸体。北边有什么？
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water, water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts.
应该是毒品，是不是？
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I'm working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale.
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. Okay. Of course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
我要跟他借手套吗？感觉很坏。好吧，我自己想办法好了。我感觉我走的位置好像不太对，我觉得我走的位置不太对，赶快回去。路在哪呢？可以进去吗？不行，先去找尸体。尸体在那里。自动储存。
Kuno's got this.
Oh yeah, Nappa Kumpy Kuno!
好可怕，这个小孩。
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look just a little bit worse for wear.
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
What? You wanna fuck Kuno now? What's the matter? Kuno's got you cornered. Not who's the man now, huh? Kuno's the man. You wouldn't.
What was that, Kuno?
Nothing, see, nothing. Just slicing some bacon.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What?
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
那小孩好呛哦。
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional. I don't know. Some fucking Mesco or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant. Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
The fuck about it? You're testing.
Get lost,
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
Kuno. Primal. Violent.
The fuck are you calling a third person?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your
Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno. We all right?
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lip, you seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
可以重复尝试。
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than oat.
还是吐。
Too late. It's impossible to, until a pool of vomit lies on. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit and bits of shish kebab.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
我被一个小鬼弄到士气减低，好弱哦。商店吗？
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors, every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant, but you see, I'm an officer of the RC.
Silence. The air between your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know
Cute
that?
cup.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
白阿斯特拉是什么？
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. Apples? Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's
被
be
打败
honest.
了。
You were bested.
No.
He's got a smoke right there in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage.
It's my last one. Why would I do that? I'm an honest man. I bet. Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
雨下超大。
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelf.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's...
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you. She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. Her shoulders tense. She shuffles back only slightly. Bewilderment and the lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half smile.
I don't know. Frit? A 7 to 11 grocery store. I think they think that the extra tea makes it funkier. It doesn't. Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She looks up from her magazine.
Yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself. Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or... I don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15.
15岁。
I don't know. What about it? Cool.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money. You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so... Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf. The packages are
会
small,
解锁。
discreet,
原来是钱不够
sloppily。stacked, making them easier to
我
take
建议
unnoticed.
是不
No
用。
need to worry about knocking.
Yes?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know.
阿莫尼亚在哪里？这里吗？
The tear machine stands in the corner. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with...
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed,
全
Dramamine,
部都
magnesium,
没有
and
钱，
Hypnogamma.
没有钱。
I don't know. Let's see. I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of Saint Baptiste, you know, Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds.
完蛋，没有钱可以买。现在去这里是会被挨揍，看起来不太适合落水。
Hello again, officer. How? Sure.
Wait,
I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
要找个塑胶袋。半裸贵妇。
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards. That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter. A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between, well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, maybe some about other books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Well, they run out of money and have to stop doing business. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum. Mum says it's
There is stress and...
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed in the way that makes them say that no business is... Well...
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case.
Yes. Please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
那这么快就回来？没有买东西。
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were asking...
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Oh, kings and queens and generals of... I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame. I don't know about that, but
They're all dogs.
Why would they do that, sir? You're not that old. Maybe you'll do something really important. Yes, sir. No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice if you... That's a friendly enough face, most of the time. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. And it's exciting to people, I guess. They get to... You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head, yes.
No, your resilience. No, your mind.
No, he's wicked smart in the stories. Like you, sir, of course. He's just a fictional character. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
You fail to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently.
It's okay, sir.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
哎，像这样就挂了钱，我要怎么办？
He watches you melt down stoically from behind the lenses of his glasses. Nothing you can say would make you feel any better. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that
所以我
woman."
真的是警
When
察。
asked to comment, former colleagues
我觉得就非常悲哀，笑死。好，那今天就先玩到这里啦，谢谢大家。没想到就这样悲哀。好，谢谢大家啦。